Alright, so I am at an old Yugoslavian abandoned youth pioneer camp or whatever. It's kind of famous on the internet for its rather weird architectural structure. And I thought to myself, well, since I have my hammock, like why not spend the night, go in there, take some cool pictures, put your hammock up. Unfortunately, the thing is completely gutted, and there's like absolutely no way I could put my hammock up in any of the rooms. Nevertheless, I found a place where I'm gonna stay tonight, and I'll take you on a quick tour. So my bike is parked right here. I had to move some of the shards on the floor. I guess this was like a glass roof maybe at some point. It is not anymore, and you can see that this works actually quite well as some sort of intruder alarm, because nobody will be able to walk through here without making a lot of noise. I have bought some dinner in the next village over. It's like the last village before the Bulgarian border. So we're gonna have some bread and cheese and ham and some vegetables. They were kind enough to leave some of their old food trays around, so I will use that for my table. And then in here I did find a place where I can put my hammock. All right, I'll give you a quick tour of the ground. Basically, you have this weird formation of all those rooms up there with the round tires. Then this place down here, I guess, used to be like the mess hall, eating area, whatever. This over there probably, yeah, was not as far as I thought earlier, but a kitchen, and it's just that every single gram of material worth anything has been stolen. This would also explain the ducts. Up there in the lamp, there's like a little family of sparrows living. I hope they're not too unhappy with me, but well, I'll be gone tomorrow. Something is definitely living in here. I've heard it at night. It's some sort of small mammal. I'd hope it's like a wild cat or some mice or something, and not like anything evil that likes to chew on motorcycle cable. And here you see in the rooms, there's no way for me to put a hammock anywhere, right? There's just no points high enough where I could fix it. And all the rooms basically look like this. The farmer is using some of the rooms to store some straw. There's some others, which, as you can see, which are a bit fuller. This is not the main entrance, that's a bit further, but it's completely overgrown, so there's really no way of getting in or out. And then you can go into the first floor. As you can also see, the ceiling is crumbling down, right? All the straw, the bamboo on the floor once was up here on the ceiling. I'm surprised it is kind of clean. Like, I would have expected there to be, I don't know, broken beer bottles everywhere. I mean, obviously somebody was here writing stuff on the walls. It's just, I think that there's not a lot of civilization around here, right? There's just nobody who could come here and, I don't know, it's like some teenager is hanging out, drinking beer, smoking or whatever. It's just too far away. Right? This next village, which is 5 minutes away, there's, I guess, like 2 dozen old people living there, and the next bigger town, yeah, is like half an hour away. There is some bats living here, as well as all kinds of different birds that are enjoying the blackberries just as much as I am. And this is the stairway that leads down to the main entrance, but the lower part is completely overgrown with brambles, so there's really no way of getting through. But there is nothing. Well, there is one very comfortable room. I'm not sure. I didn't want to spend the night here, so maybe somebody else wants to. And you can see even up here, the blackberries are everywhere. My farmer friend told me, by the way, delicious, that I should be careful and always like nudge the plants before I touch them, because apparently there is some sort of snake that likes to live on the plant, and when like a bird lands on it to eat, or I touch it, the snake bites. So I don't know. Seems kind of. I wouldn't like to be living on a blackberry bush if I was a snake, but apparently they exist here. And that's about it. There is like one or two smaller buildings, you know, like with a water pump or whatever. And the place down here where I sleep or where I park my motorcycle. I didn't find a way up on the roof, which is really annoying. I'm not sure if we can see it from here, because the roof has some blue metal sheet covering, and some of it has fallen off, and some of it has only partly fallen off. Oh yeah, we can see it. Yeah, this up here. And the ones that have partly fallen off, that are still hanging on, when the wind is coming at night, you know, when it's getting colder and the wind is coming, they make an awful noise, which really is not the best if you want to sleep. But yeah, there is no way for me to get up there and fully tear it down or whatever. I checked, I walked through everything, and there's no ladder to the roof, no access or anything. So I'm gonna have to use earplugs instead and endure. Otherwise, it's a really nice place, and I can definitely recommend a visit. Good morning. Let's go and make breakfast. Down there's the lake. Gonna go for a swim later. But first, some more coffee and something to eat. I hope the cows have been kind and have left my breakfast in peace. Good morning, guys. How's life? Everything all right? Hey, wonderful. In structure, and I met like an old guy. Some sort of. Communication is difficult because he doesn't know how to type into my Google Translate smartphone, so it's like a basically yes and no game, right? I can ask him stuff, or I can ask him if that's what he means. The audio translate doesn't work because, well, I'm guessing he's speaking some sort of dialect, and I told him I'm gonna go swimming, right? So here's the lake, and he was trying to warn me of something, and I couldn't figure out for the love of God what it was. You know, like I tried everything. Like, is it too deep, or is it, you know, like why is it dangerous? You know, and until after quite some time, you know, like it's like the yes or no 20 questions game. He was trying to tell me that there is quicksand here, so that I have to be careful where I step, because I will disappear in quicksand. And now obviously this wasn't like the one of the early guesses I had, so we'll see what happens. Like, I mean, it looks like a pretty normal lake, right? There's some podiums for guests, for guys who go fishing or who, I don't know, want to dock a boat or whatever. Water looks amazing. There's frogs, there's fish, there's lots of also big water birds. So we'll see.